All right, so let's get right into it. So our first exercise is our reverse lunge. You see I use that pad basically, which is just a balance pad, but I do it basically for the depth, because with this exercise, we don't need the weight to be super heavy. We need to be able to get the depth so that way we get more range of motion. This month's program is a lot of single leg, a little bit more isolation, still focusing on strength, but I like the depth over the weight, if that makes sense. So as you see, we're going, I believe we got 10 reps on each side, and we're staying on that single leg until we hit our rep count, and then we're gonna switch legs. So you can see it here from this angle. You could also see it here from the side angle, and basically we're stepping back and then sinking into it, once again using that pad, so that way we continue to get the right depth. So as you see, I'm just barely tapping the pad. You don't wanna land in the pad or come down crashing on the pad. You just want to touch, using it basically as a landmark. Then we're going to superset that if you have the ability to do it at your gym. We're going to superset that with our lateral ice skaters basically. So, and here we're focusing on the back leg. So here we're loading the left leg and then exploding off it. That first jump is just a light jump and then a big one following it. So just think small, big. So now we'll come back. Now we're emphasizing the right leg. So here, load, explode, load it, explode it back. So once again, single leg stability. We want to make sure we stick the landing on these. We don't want to rush these either. It's not about how fast you can get these done. You want to be controlled, explosive, and nice and balanced the entire time. All right, our next series, we're going to go into our barbell hip thrusters. You may have the hip thrust machine at your gym, which is cool, or you can just set it up the way I have it here, using a bench and barbell. So you want your feet to be at about a 90-degree angle when you start. And you see we're going to focus on that squeeze at the top. So we're going to sink our hips low, and then we're going to explode up and hold at the top, keeping those feet flat, and the pressure, the weight should be headed through your heels on this. All right, now we're going into our kettlebell. Obviously, you can use a dumbbell. I just like kettlebell because of the angle, and this is a staggered RDL. So you see it, I have the right leg back, which means left leg is forward, and with left leg forward, the kettlebell or the weight will be on your right hand. And as you see, we're still working into that posterior chain, working through those hamstrings, and we're also working some core stability, having the kettlebell in that opposite arm. So you see we're going to hit all of our reps on one leg, adjust our footing, adjust our position, and then we're right back in with the opposite leg. You can see it here from the back to the front angle, so that way you can see kind of what I'm looking for. You want to stay nice and square. You don't want to lean to kind of favor that side. You want to create stability on both sides. So now we're going to go into our sled push, which most gyms have these now, so I'm just going to assume that hopefully you do. But we're going pretty heavy on these. I'm going 4 plates. Basically, I'm going 30 yards total, so 15 there, 15 back, and that's going to basically complete our lower body program for the day. And as you can see, it's pretty dynamic, a lot of single leg focus, and then we're finishing with the sled, more on the heavier end.